Hey people, so you'll have to excuse my voice. I am not feeling well today. First, I started out with a makeup primer all over my skin, and then I put Elmer's glue on my eyebrows to stick those eyebrow hairs down and tried to cover them the best I could with foundation and concealer. Next, I'm taking this white makeup crayon that you can find at Walmart or any Halloween store, and I use this to map out everything that I want for shapes on my face. It's a lot easier to use this to begin with, and if you make a mistake, it's easy to correct it. Next, I'm going to fill in everything first with the Mehron Paradise Paint in orange, and just filling up everything on my face that I wanted orange. Next, I took the Maybelline Black Gel Eyeliner and I put that on my eyelids and everywhere very close to my eye just because it doesn't crease as bad as black paint. And then I did take Mehron Makeup's Paradise Paint in black to fill in the rest of everything that you see me fill in with black. So then I started with some shading. I added some yellow Paradise Paint to add some highlights to my face. And here you see me add some black and gray and yellow, trying to shade and make the eyes look a little more three-dimensional. Next, I take more of that yellow Paradise Paint and I put it as highlights on my face to give more depth. Then I took a brown Paradise Paint and a small eyeliner brush and put all of these brown squiggly lines all over my face, and this is to add some more dimension and texture. Then I went back and connected what I wanted in the black Paradise Paint to my eyes and my mouth. Also adding some more squiggly lines in black wherever I just decided I wanted them. Next, I took this eyeshadow from Makeup Geek in the color Mocha, and you're going to see me add these lines that look more like a pumpkin, more like the lines that you would see on a pumpkin. Because I didn't want this to just look like a demon. It was supposed to be a pumpkin queen. So, so here my husband scared the absolute ever-loving shit out of me, and I had a little bit of a breakdown. It was not fun. It was fun for him. It was not fun for me. I'm not going to tell you what he did. Then he came back and gave me an anxiety pill. He scared the shit out of me, but he loves me. So next I'm going into the Morphe 350 palette, and I was using that orange color you saw me point out, and I'm using that to put shadows all over my face. Part of making this look three-dimensional was putting highlights and shadows in the appropriate areas on your face that the light would probably, naturally hit. Yeah, so I think I went back and forth between the orange shadow and the yellow paint, just going back and forth and putting the shadows and the highlights where I wanted them. Next, I took some gray eyeshadow from Makeup Forever, and I was using that to shade where I guess you would see, I don't want to call them eyebrows, but maybe part of the eye shape or the eyebrows would be, to give it more of a expression of evil angriness. Then I took this makeup brush and used it to start filling in the areas into my hairline. I kind of wanted my face and hairline to melt into each other. So I took that orange color out of that 350 palette, and then the black the black eyeshadow called Corrupt from Makeup Geek to buff that into my hairline. So next we're going to do the neck and the chest, and I am taking that orange Mehron Paradise Paint to do this. After I had filled in as far down as I wanted on my chest and my arms, I am still wearing a shirt, by the way. I just put the straps down. Then I started with the lines. At first I was very frustrated because I was still shaking really bad from when Jeremy scared the crap out of me. So the lines were not going straight. But in the end, I think it was kind of a good thing that they weren't so uniform. Maybe made it look more realistic. So first I had taken the brown Paradise Paint and drew all of the initial lines. And then I took the orange, that dark orange, and shaded for some shadows. Then I would go in with the black Paradise Paint to fill that portion of the lines in. The goal here was shading and highlighting and shadows to still make these lines look more three-dimensional than flat. So next I took this red Paradise Paint and I started putting it lower on my chest and my arms. I didn't want this to be just like, you know, a floating head. I wanted it to look like the Pumpkin Queen had kind of developed out of her human body, and the red paints and the red fake blood you see me put and the black paint with the black eyeshadow was to try to give the illusion or meaning of her coming out of her human body, and the red and the black and the blood are all remnants of what's left of her human side. So this part, you don't have to be super precise with this. It's actually, for this part, it was the messier the better almost. And I would put some excess water in my black Paradise Paint, and I started dripping that on myself, kind of like I did with the blood, which I thought kind of helped with the effect I was going for. And then I went back as needed to do any sort of shading or filling in on those necklines.
This change, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me.